I'm Mark Greenstein, and I wanted to comment on a fairly depressing op-ed in The Current from mid-May. It's by Robert Nixon and David Bingham, who they title this, "We are a group of wealthy Connecticut residents, and we want to pay more in taxes." Here's why this is so misguided. They are ostensibly benevolent. However, they're deciding for everybody else. If that's the regime and taxes, which are forced levies on everyone, if that takes hold, then their idea of what's good is funded by everybody else. So to them I say, Mr. Nixon, Mr. Bingham, DIY. Do it yourself. And this is not to be smarmy. It's to say you know what you want. You have groups that you want to have funded. They might be government groups. They might be private interest groups. If you want to aid them, don't go through the government. You have money apparently. You want to spend it munificently. Go ahead. And don't ask, don't demand, because that's what you're doing when you impose it via the tax code. Now, this is mainly an argument for a reduction of federal taxes because they take away so much more than the state's income tax. But both go hand in hand in penalizing almost everyone. Let me give you 3 categories of people who are hurt by high taxes. I will begin with middle-income people. They're struggling. Middle-income people who, if they had taxes back and didn't have to fork over, they could invest. They could send their kids to private school instead of being stuck in bad public schools. They could get a mortgage. Those are folks who do so much better for themselves and for the economy around them by having their money instead of forking it over. Group 2, poor people. Taxes on poor people keep them from even saving. Okay, there's nothing left. So saving, which is good for them and again good for economies around them, doesn't happen well when the government is taking your last dollar. Now, they don't do it in income tax, but they do it in Social Security and Medicare taxes. They do it in sales taxes. Those high taxes extract the extra that might give a poor family a lift up into financial security. And finally, yes, wealthy people, and they are hurt as well. 2 big ways. Look, they can afford it, right? But can they afford to have a bad economy around them? And that's what happens when a state like Connecticut's becomes an island of tax the rich. Why would any rich family want to come here? They used to. Hard to do it now. Why would wealthy families want to stay here? If there's a financial animus that is bigger than the nice things in Connecticut, they're out the door. And finally, this might be the most hurtful thing about taxing wealthy people high. That now the expectation of everybody is, we go to you, okay? You're the ones who are going to bail us out. Our current governor has said this. The wealthy have to step up. Wealthy have to pay their fair share, okay? I'm not wealthy. I do not want wealthy people in my state to have to pay any more than they should. And I'm going to say how wealthy people do help the state really well, but I'll do that in the next video. For now, Mr. Bingham, Mr. Nixon, thank you for writing, but please think through how your wealth can be better spent without government force. Can't figure that out? Watch my next video. I'm Mark Greenstein.